You know what it is. You know what you tuned into. It's Pull Up the Tape. My name is Michael Delu. Uh, Before I get into any of the politics, I want to thank everybody who's tapped into the very first podcast I did that I uploaded yesterday. Appreciate the support. As of right now, last time I checked, I have over 100 and something views on YouTube. It's only the beginning. It's just a start. I just want to just thank everybody who's tapped in and supported, people who are sharing the podcast with other people, sharing the podcast with all other sports lovers, sports everything. Thank you very much. I'm a humble dude. This is the beginning, only beginning of my legacy and my climb to the top. So let's get into the politics. So we had another really good night in the association today. So let me run through these scores real quick. So we had the Wolves defeating the Bulls 115 to 108. The Jazz beat the Knicks 112 to 104. The Grizzlies beat the Nets 118 to 79. Big props to the Grizzlies. They're gaining traction and trying doing their very best to lock down that 8th spot. They're starting to pull away from all these other teams that are beneath them, like Blazers, who else? The Pelicans. I can't remember who else is low-key in the hunt for the 8th spot, but it's looking like the Grizzlies are going to the Kings as well. I know I just heard Brian Windhorst talk about it. So the Heat beat the Magic. Duncan Robinson had an amazing night today. Really showed up big. The Thunder bounced back against the Pistons after falling to the Clippers last night. And the Thunder beat the Pistons 114 to 107. And the Celtics also bounced back, beating the Cavs 112-106 after losing to the Brooklyn Nets in overtime yesterday. The national spotlight games for the NBA today weren't at first glance yesterday when I was looking at the schedule for today. I didn't really think they would be very good games, but the first one wasn't a very good game. The Pacers got stomped by the Bucks. Giannis had a great game. The Bucks bounced back. Giannis had 29 points, 12 rebounds, and they damn near won by 20. Pretty pedestrian night for the rest of Giannis supporting cast. Nobody besides Chris Middleton scored above 20. So I wasn't really. We already know what the Bucks are, what they're about, what they're capable of. The next thing is, okay, what are they going to do in the playoffs? Are they going to be an elite team, or what's going on? Because we already know what they're capable of. The stats and the numbers show that the Bucks are actually having a top 10 season of all time for any NBA team. I think they're around seventh in a lot of. As of right now, the way they're playing, their team ranks about seventh in terms of all time teams based on all the things they've done in terms of metrics, wins, stats, win stats, points per game, defensive metrics, a bunch of stuff. So I want to get into the second game, which was actually the really good game. The Mavs play the Pelicans. So Luka Doncic matched up with Zion Williamson, and let me tell you right now, it was a great game. For those who didn't see it, you missed out on a very good game. At first glance, it probably doesn't look like it's going to be a really competitive game, but in actuality, it was. So I'm gonna start off with the man of the hour, Luka. He had 30 points, 10 assists, and 17 rebounds, and his partner in crime, Kristaps, had 34 points and 12 rebounds. And for the first time since 2018, I think December 2018, we have two Mavs players go that had over 30 points and 10 rebounds in both of them. To touch on the Pelicans players, Zion had 21 points, 6 rebounds. Brandon Ingram had 27 points and 5 rebounds and 4 assists. And Lonzo played pretty good. He hit He hit 7 threes. He had 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists. Solid, very solid game from him. But unfortunately, the Pelicans are dropping to 26 and 36, and with the Grizzlies picking up that win, it's starting to look pretty ugly for them getting that 8th seed spot for the Western Conference playoffs. But we'll see how everything shakes up moving further down the stretch. But to get back into Luka and Kristaps, their pick and roll game was crazy. Luka's just an elite player. just turned 21 last Friday, and he looks like he plays like a damn near 10-year vet. It's just so crazy to see. Damn, MVP candidate. He's just playing lights out hoop. The they're starting to click more. him and Kristaps are starting to. Sorry, guys, I'm feeling a little under the weather. No, this ain't no damn coronavirus, but him and Kristaps are just starting to click so much better and look so much better together. They're getting just more chemistry and getting more comfortable playing with each other. As I said before, their pick and roll game is deadly, deadly. The two of them running that is pretty hard to stop. And Luka the entire night was giving Lonzo and Drew Holiday problems. Like he was giving them problems the entire game. They were kind of really struggling to contain him, struggling to contain the pick and roll when they were switching. Whenever Luka was switched onto the big, easy bucket. Whenever, and I can't wait to see them in the playoffs. I don't think they'll win a series because of I just don't. But I do think whoever they play in the first round, they're going to give some issues to. If it's the Clippers or the Rockets, I do seeing them pulling out maybe 2-3 games, maybe forcing it to Game 7. I don't know, but I don't see them getting out the first round. But once again, shout out to Luka and Kristaps for playing lights out. Again, Pelicans are just. I'm not saying going outside, but you can definitely see that they're a young team still working on building chemistry and getting everybody getting used to playing with Zion because, I mean, he's only played, about now 13 games. So I definitely do see them, I don't know, still fighting to try and make it to the playoffs, but I doubt they're going to get that spot. The next thing I want to discuss is the Western Conference Player of the Month of February and the Eastern Conference Player of the Month of February. So we got Jason Tatum, who received the recipient of the award, and we have LeBron James, who received the recipient of that award. Congratulations to both of these men for having incredible months and dominating their competition in the past month. Big shout out to LeBron, and I want to touch. I really want to discuss LeBron today because I don't really think I did justice yesterday. LeBron, before the start of the season, just washed King. He only moved to LA for Hollywood, and he's not really focused on basketball. LeBron is proving a lot of people wrong this season with his play, his leadership, and just everything he's doing. Beginning of the season, not the beginning of the season, during the summer when instead of hiring Tyronn Lue, they hired Frank Vogel, Bron did nothing but support the decision made by the Lakers front office. He was there at Frank Vogel's press conference, showed his support. During the trade deadline, when it was rumors that the Lakers were going to pursue a trade with Derrick Rose, LeBron and Kuzma was going to be involved in that deal, LeBron didn't put pressure on the Lakers front office to get that deal going. I read in reports that LeBron from Rich Paul that LeBron was literally just focused on basketball this season. All that else, he's not worried about influencing the front office to do this, to do that. He's gonna bring his best foot forward and try to deliver a championship to this city and to his team. Props to Bron for the way he's handled the Kobe situation. I know Kobe was like a big brother to him and a very just very influential in his basketball career. They were good friends. He showed him nothing but love, support, always offered advice, et cetera, et cetera. And even LeBron playing the point guard position for the Lakers. LeBron didn't really want to do that. But regardless, he stepped into that role and is flourishing in that role. You haven't heard LeBron complain. After every game, win or lose, he's saying the right things. He's carrying himself like a leader, and you can see that you can definitely tell that this season is really important to him, and he understands the gravity of the situation and knows that his time is running out, and this might be one of the last times that he does get to pursue a championship. Who knows what position the Lakers will be in this time next year? The nature of the NBA and the way it works is nothing is given, nothing is guaranteed. Same thing with the Warriors. Like the Warriors are a prime example of this. This time last year, nobody would have thought the Warriors would be in contention for a lottery pick. Like what? It's just the way nature of the beast. And to touch more on LeBron and the Lakers, they have a very, very, very interesting week ahead of them. Friday, they're playing the Bucks on ESPN, nationally televised game. And then on Sunday, they're running it back against the Clippers. So the Lakers are going to find out a lot about themselves and where they stand within the next couple of days. And like as I said in in yesterday's podcast, until I see the Lakers beat an elite team, I do not think they're going to win a championship. As I said again, I'm going to reiterate it for those who didn't listen, and for my new listeners who are just tapping in today. The Lakers have not beat any elite teams this year at all. Well, not at full strength. The Lakers have not beat the Bucks. When the Lakers matched up against the Bucks earlier in this year, Giannis played lights out. Giannis had a career day from 3, and the Lakers damn near lost by 20. When the Lakers played the Raptors, they lost at home. That was early in the season. That was probably like maybe the 6th, 7th, or 8th game in the season. They lost then. The Lakers have not beat the Clippers. The Lakers lost to the Lakers were the first team that the Rockets played after they traded Clint Capella and they won that game. And the Lakers beat the Celtics, but I don't even think the Celtics are title contenders. And the Lakers beat them by 2 points, and they didn't have Kemba Walker. So I don't really like. Again, like I said, they haven't beat a contender at full strength, but they have 2 matchups against 2 of them. This upcoming within their next couple games, they're playing, as I stated before, they're playing Milwaukee, who they'll possibly meet in the finals if they beat the team that they're playing on Sunday, which is the Clippers. So I'm really excited and looking forward to that. But before those games even happen, tomorrow we have a really good national televised game. The Rockets are playing the Clippers, and I can't wait to see that. I look for the Clippers to go out there and dominate. I'm really happy that the Warriors, not the Warriors, the Rockets are winning all these games, but I'm not in love with the whole glitz and glamour of their whole small ball thing. They have as of right now, and I'm going to give a big shout out to Max Kellerman because this is a sentiment he always echoes. Players control their own narratives. As of right now, the Rockets are being carried by 2 players who are known to disappear in the playoffs, and Russell Westbrook and James Harden. So it's good right now to see them winning all these games, and I got nothing but love for them because they're both from where I'm from, Los Angeles, California. Stand up. But at the end of the day, I'm really not impressed by I'm not impressed by anything that's being done by any players in the regular season because we know where the big time players earn their dollars. That's in the postseason. That's in the second round, third, fourth round of the playoffs. That's the big money rounds. That's where the big boys come to play. That's where they strap it up, and that's where they go to work. So, but definitely, I can't wait to tune into that game. Just to have a lot of exciting games later on in the association for this week, and can't wait. The last thing I want to touch on is, I don't know. I've heard it on every single sports show today. Undisputed, First Take, Get Up, the whole 9. There's reports that the 49ers would be interested in trading Jimmy Garoppolo to the Patriots if they are able to sign Tom Brady. And for one, I personally do not believe that to be true, even though there's credible people behind these reports. I just don't I don't believe it to be true for various reasons, but I will say this. I do think that if the 49ers had Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, they would have won it instead of Jimmy G. Because personally, I don't think Jimmy G. I have never, and having been even given the slightest reason to believe that Jimmy G is that guy. He is probably the most overpaid player in the NFL. He's not good. Okay, let me retract that. I don't want to just make it seem like I'm just bashing the dude. I don't think he's I don't think he's anywhere near. Dak Prescott is better than him, far better than him. And yes, sir, Dak Prescott is better than him. I'm not really too high on Jimmy G at all because I feel like the 49ers he played in 2017 when he was first traded to the 49ers. You know, they won 4 games in a row, and they also beat my team, the Jags. I remember that game vividly because a lot of some of my friends were hitting me up who are 49er fans and were roasting me because my Jags were losing, blah, 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 X, Y, and Z, even though we ended up making it to the AFC finals, the AFC championship that year. But he was given over $100 million for winning 4 games. The first game of the season or sometime next season, he tears his ACL, and then he plays and then this past season he finally plays his first full season. But even through then, there was questions about him all year long. Like, will he be able to deliver in the playoffs? Will he be able to deliver in the playoffs? Will he be able to deliver in the playoffs? And for the most part, he did not. The game against the Packers, he had under. I don't remember off the top of my head. I know he had under 100 passing yards because they mollywopped them on the ground. The next game, he had under 100 yards because they also mollywopped whoever they played. Who did they play? They played the Vikings. There we go. They played the Vikings in the second round. They mollywopped them on the ground, and he wasn't even forced to put the ball in the air. The NFC Championship against the Packers, mollywopped them again, and he only threw 8 passes. And then in the Super Bowl, they were up by 10 in the fourth quarter, and somehow they end up not losing. They end up not winning. Well, I'm going to give half of that blame to Kyle Shanahan and half of that blame to Jimmy G, because you can obviously tell Kyle Shanahan was in over his head with that play call. He reverted back to his 2017 self. I'm gonna pretend like we're in that Super Bowl again and call dumbass plays. Oh, excuse the language. Call dumb plays and cost us the game. But you could also tell that he didn't even trust his quarterback, and he was very conservative in his play call. But anyways, I would take Tom Brady over him right now, but realistically, I just don't see them trading him to the Patriots, even though reports are claiming that Bill Belichick would be open to a reunion with Jimmy G. I don't. First of all, Bill Belichick doesn't even talk to the media and doesn't let stuff like that even get out. We never know what's on Bill Belichick's mind. I doubt that's even happening. I doubt that he's even thinking that. So I doubt any of that's going to happen. I just want to talk about it and give my take on it. But even if the 49ers were to get Tom Brady, that doesn't guarantee they're going to even make the playoffs. That doesn't guarantee they're going back to the Super Bowl. Like none of that's a given. None of that's a guarantee. So I don't know. I personally think the 49ers lost their chance to go back to the Super Bowl. I don't see that happening again, to be honest, realistically. And yeah, it doesn't really matter what they do. You can quote me on this. I probably don't see them going back. I don't even think that Tom Brady's even considering. Let me not say that. Considering 49ers as an option. But if he was, he would be an upgrade to Jimmy G. I don't think Jimmy G's it. I don't think Jimmy G's ever been it, but only time will tell. We got about 2 more weeks until we find out where Tom Brady's going to go, and then we'll start seeing all the domino effects after that, where Phillip Rivers is going to go, where Jacoby Brissett's going to go, where Ryan Tannehill's going to go, where who else is a free agent? I can't think off the top of my head, but we'll start to see those domino effects and all that stuff. So I'm really excited about that. I can't wait. Again, really excited about this weekend. We got a lot of big games coming up in the association. It's the NFL offseason, so there's a lot of trades about to start happening, and the draft is next month, right around the corner. This is the month where pro days are going to start happening, so it's for real pull up the tape season, for real. Like, it's scouts pulling up the tape. Matter of fact, pull up the tape season is year round, 24/7. We run it up all season, every season. Pull up the tape season is in the fall, the spring, summer, winter. Let's get it. That's the end of episode number 2. I want to thank everybody who's listening, wherever you're at. If you're in California, Texas, London, Nigeria, I don't care where you're at, what time you're listening to it. Good morning, good night, good evening. Thank you guys for rocking with me, for listening, and follow me on my socials. Follow me on Instagram at MOD. No, I'm tripping. I'm thinking about the studio right now. Follow me on Instagram, Michael O. Delu. Follow me on Twitter, Michael O. Delu. Follow Pull Up the Tape at Pull Up the Tape. Twitter, Pull Up the Tape. Just type in, tell your mom, tell your mom's mom, tell your mom's boyfriend, tell the nigga you hate, tell somebody you don't like, tell somebody you rock with, tell somebody that you know is a Laker fan or you know likes Chelsea or the Jags. Just tell everybody when my damn podcast helped me run it up. Boom!